Pinch Punch, first of the month. Welcome to the weekly Write Along. Today is the 1st of March 2015. I'm Eva Deverell, and I will be your writing buddy for the next half hour or so. First of all, I wanted to give a shout out to Faye at the Sprint Shack. They've been hosting a 10K write-a-thon this weekend, and I'm rooting for you guys. I hope you make it to 10K. If you would like to join in, they hold amazing Twitter word sprints, and you can find them at sprintshack.wordpress.com or at the Sprint Shack on Twitter. So we're going to start with 5 minutes of free writing, as we have done for the last 4 Hangouts. This is the 4th Hangout. And then we're going to go on. I have a very simple prompt for you, which we will do for 15 minutes. And then I have some reading at the end, which I hope will inspire you. So grab a writing implement, open up a Word document quickly, and let's get writing. I'm going to set my timer here. So get ready and go. Time up. So how did you do? I hope you were able to get some things off your mind. That's the main point of the free write at the beginning. So now we can move on to our main prompt, which is happiness. And I know it sounds a little bit basic and not very imaginative, which I fully admit it probably isn't. But it relates to the writing the extract that I want to read at the end of the Hangout. And I feel that there's a lot of room for maneuvering within it. So what does it mean to your character? What do they do to make themselves happy? How long is it since they last felt happy? Those are some questions that you might choose to explore. And we're going to be going for 15 minutes. So let's not waste time. I will set my timer. I hope you are all ready, and go. We have 1 minute. Okay, that's our 15 minutes up. I hope you got some good words. Let me see how many I wrote. I wrote 498 words. Not very many this week. I'm not sure I was entirely on the ball, but there we go. So let's move on to our reading. And it's a bit long this week, I know, but I really like this passage from Seneca's The Happy Life, translated by John W. Basall, if that's how you pronounce it. So I just wanted to say before I read this that I do this every Sunday. So if you do enjoy writing along with me, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or friend me on Google Plus, or follow me on Twitter, something like that, so that you remember when it is. It's at 3 p.m. GMT every Sunday. So let me know on Twitter if you have any suggestions, or tell me how many words you wrote. And I just wanted you to sit back and listen to me hopefully read this reasonably well, and really think about what Seneca is saying, because I think it's very relevant to us even now, all these years later. So here we go. When the happy life is under debate, there will be no use for you to reply to me as if it were a matter of votes. This side seems to be in a majority. But that is just the reason it is the worst side. Human affairs are not so happily ordered that the majority prefers the better things. A proof of the worst choice is that the worst choice is the crowd. Sorry. Therefore, let us find out what is best to do, not what is most commonly done. What will establish our claim to lasting happiness, not what finds favour with the rabble, who are the worst possible exponents of the truth. But by the rabble I mean no less the servants of the court than the servants of the kitchen, for I do not regard the colour of the garments that clothe the body. In rating a man I do not rely upon eyesight. I have a better and surer light, by which I may distinguish the false from the true. Let the soul discover the good of the soul. If the soul ever has leisure to draw breath and to retire within itself, to what self-torture will it come, and how, if it confesses the truth to itself, it will say, all that I have done hitherto I would were undone. When I think of all that I have said, I envy the dumb. Of all that I have prayed for, I rate my prayers as the curses of my enemies. Of all that I have feared, ye gods, how much lighter it would have been than the load of what I have coveted. With many I have been at enmity, and, laying aside hatred, have been restored to friendship with them, if only there can be any friendship between the wicked. With myself I have not yet entered into friendship. I have made every effort to remove myself from the multitude, and to make myself noteworthy by reason of some endowment. What have I accomplished save to expose myself to the darts of malice, and show where it can sting me? See you those who praise your eloquence, who trail upon your wealth, who court your favour, who exalt your power? All these are either now your enemies, or, it amounts to the same thing, can become such. To know how many are jealous of you, count your admirers. Why do I not rather seek some real good, one which I could feel, not one which I could display? these things that draw the eyes of men, before which they halt, which they show to one another in wonder, outwardly glitter, but are worthless within. Let us seek something that is a good in more than appearance, something that is solid, constant, and more beautiful in its more hidden part. For this let us delve. And it is placed not far off. You will find it, you need only to know where to stretch out your hand. As it is, just as if we groped in darkness, we pass by things near at hand, stumbling over the very objects we desire. So I hope that was inspiring for you. I always aim to try and make my extracts inspiring, not only for your writing, but also for your life and how you place your writing within the framework of your life and your principles and your aims and your life purpose. So I think that's a very interesting extract that I didn't read out very well, but which will hopefully make you think a little. So thank you for joining me for this write-along. Remember that you can always check out previous write-alongs on YouTube and watch them and write along with me, even if it is somewhere in the past. And I hope you will join me next week. Thank you.